Hello, this is John from New England Prepper Society, and today I'm going to be telling you why the AR-15 is the best rifle in the world. So I waited a while to talk to you about this platform. I personally believe the AR-15 platform is the best rifle platform on the planet, and I'm going to convince you by the end of this video that what I'm saying is true. If you follow my channel, you will know that before I talk to you about any type of weapon, I go through the history. Hopefully by understanding the history, you can gain some respect for the weapon. The AR-15 gets its name from the Armalite Rifle Model 15. Contrary to popular belief, as well as by misinformed gun control advocates, AR does not stand for assault rifle. It actually stands for Armalite Rifle. In 1956, designer Eugene Stoner presented his Armalite Model 10, designed for the United States military, as a possible replacement for the famous M1 Garand. Eugene Stoner was well known for being quite the designer and engineer, but will forever be known for his designs that led to the famous AR-15. The United States Army was at the time searching for a new service rifle that could be chambered in .7.62 NATO, which had been adopted only 2 years earlier. While Stoner's AR-10 design was not eventually adopted, it did not go unnoticed and was considered by some other nations such as Spain, and some commercial variants were eventually made. Instead of the AR-10 design, the United States military went with the Springfield M14. At the time, they felt this rifle was superior for many reasons, such as reliability, a proven track record, and the build quality. Unfortunately, this gun was heavy, and many argued that more and more modern firefight engagements were being fought much closer than 600 or more yards that the .7.62 NATO was originally intended for. Around that same time, gun manufacturer Remington Arms was in the process of developing a new small diameter cartridge with the increased velocity, specifically for use as a medium range rifle caliber. This .223 cartridge was then used as a basis of Stoner's designed scaled down AR-10 that he was experimenting with. This later went on to be named the Armalite Rifle 15. By the year 1959, the Armalite Rifle Company was in the middle of some of the most extreme financial problems it has ever faced, and were unable to manufacture or experiment more with their new rifle. To combat this, they ultimately sold off the design of the AR-15 to another gun manufacturer named Colt. Colt would later go on to become one of the biggest producers of the AR-15 platform for a great length of time. I have some honorable mentions because I do recognize that there are rifles out there that are good or probably close to as good as the AR-15 that I want to go ahead and show you. So, started with the FN FAL. Excellent weapon. If you have this weapon, I think it is still useful. It is not a useless weapon. The Heckler & Koch G3, another honorable mention on this list of rifles that are still good to this day. The M1 Garand, a classic. You heard me talk about it. Still a great weapon. If you can get your hands on an STG-44, that weapon, absolute history. Probably several tens of thousands of dollars. The Car 98K, wow, man. I mean, I feel like that weapon changed the tide of some wars. The British L96A1, aka Winter Warfare. The PSG-1 by Heckler & Koch. Absolute great rifle. The weird, but I think it's cool, Walther WA2000. Or see M16, which was first introduced in Vietnam. So if you have any of these weapons, I'm not here to tell you that you're underarmed or you'll be overperformed by an AR-15. Just know that I do respect history, I do respect weapons, and I think these weapons are beautiful. If you have them, great for you. If you don't, if you can get your hands in them, why not? But I'm going to stand on there is no platform better than the AR-15. Here's a couple of reasons why the AR-15 is the best rifle that you can get your hands on. The first is modularity. There's parts compatibility. There's third-party companies out there like Magpul that make all types of parts, from grips to stocks, buffer tubes. You have Aero Precision. Like, there's, if you go on YouTube or you go on Google, you can find all these parts anywhere and everywhere available. Some people make them here in the United States. I wouldn't advise you going overseas to get an American-made rifle. The parts are numerous. The parts compatibility, I can take one barrel from one AR-15 and put it on the upper receiver of another one because it's all standardized. Everything just works. The AR-15 is just the easiest weapon that you can build. I built them myself. I built about 6 AR-15s and 1 AR-10. You got your sling, like it's just an easy weapon to use to manipulate your charging handle. You with some practice, you can get pretty good with an AR-15. The 5.56 round is plentiful. You can find the bullets anywhere and everywhere. Bullets are now getting cheap again, thank God. And so you have a cheap bullet. You have an easy rifle to build. You have an easy rifle to get parts for. You can standardize that in your squad or your mag or your prepper group. In my group, everyone has an AR-15. We have parts interchangeability. We have ammo interchangeability. It makes life so much easier. I think it's hilarious, and I'm just going to bust some chops probably right now. When you have some groups out there, one guy has an FN FAL, the other guy got an AR-15, the other guy got an AR-10, the other guy got a G3, the other guy got a CZ Scorpion, one guy got an MP5. Y'all, what's going on? That's crazy. Everything should be standardized, and if everybody got MP5s, great. Everybody got parts interchangeability. You probably are super familiar with the weapon. I'm not saying just go with AR-15. You probably want to, in the United States, in the Western Hemisphere, you probably want, the rifle of choice is the AR-15. You probably want to stick with that. But if you want to do FN FAL or G3 or AK-47, fine, do you. Just make sure your squad has it. Everyone in your squad should be having the same weapon. So I guess I'm just running through the reasons why the AR-15 is the best rifle in the world. They're just so easy to shoot, man. They're so easy to put together. They're so easy to drop a trigger in, to change the barrel. I can find the parts anywhere, and for cheap. I can get an upper for $409 from Arrow, 16-inch. Completely built, throw a bolt carrier in there and a charging handle, good to go. The AR-15 is just simply the easiest rifle, super effective at home defense. Yes, you can use and you should use an AR-15 for home defense. You could use it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your AR-15. Do whatever you want. If you want to mount 5 AR-15s on your roof rack, on your ski rack, do it. Do what you want to do. This is the United States. But to my point, it is the best platform on the Western Hemisphere. You're going to have the easiest time with it. I know there's a lot of people that like to collect rifles and you want like all these modern or all the older rifles from like World War II, World War I, the military surplus. I don't recommend them as like your go-to, but if it's all you have, it's all you have. But there you have it. Hopefully with this, in the 10 minutes or so that this video is here, I've convinced you enough to respect the AR-15 and to probably make it your first rifle of choice. Please stay tuned for my other videos.